We're 20,000 leagues under the sea. Welcome to the Atlantis. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
It's time for... They call him the... Terrence Bud.
This bout is...
All the talking has been done. These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. He misses with that straight left. That counter shot lands. Nice counter shot. That jab won't score. The jab misses. After so much pre-hype fight and social media drama, I can't believe we're actually in the midst of them fighting.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it up. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. One punch could change everything in this battle. Punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage. Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Beautiful counter shot. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. And that jab just missed with the left hand. They're giving us a high-tempo show. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Catch and shoot. Well done with that. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Martinez in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
The bell, sometimes it can be.
And there's the bell for round 3. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
A perfect counter shot. And he scores with the counter. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. They exchange punches. Those counter punches have to hurt. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. A straight right just misses. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. There's a counter shot. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Good counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. After what we saw in that last... Here we go to the fourth round. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Swing and a miss with that hook. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the flyweight is the heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at a middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history book.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Both men step back for just a moment. And he misses with that jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Punch caught him clean. Can't land that jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Martinez in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the fifth. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
Nice counter. Good counter punching. Which fighter will say no mas? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I gotta respect both of them more than happy.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Punch. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Martinez in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Every second, every minute.
This is the beginning of round 6. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Got to let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. A perfect counter lands. Beautiful counter punch. This athlete known for their offense, but showing good defense. He threw a punch and just got countered. How about that time counter shot? Nice counter shot. Real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Wow, what a shot! And it's over! A home run swing, and that will do it here. A big headshot, and he goes down. We have got to see that. So time to go celebrate after a knockout win.